Today, let's break down the top 3 best Town Hall 12 attacks that you can use after the December 2020 update, and how you can earn more 3 stars with them, and some of these might surprise you. What's going on, my friends? My name's Corrupt, and today we're going to talk about the top 3 best Town Hall 12 attacks that you can use after the December 2020 update. And let's go ahead and start off with the Blizzard Hybrid. Hybrid got incredibly powerful with the Blizzard edition, along with having the Queen Charge. Now, the best part here is that what you're going to be able to do with this is you can use that Blizzard on an Inferno, on maybe the Eagle Artillery, but you mainly want to try and maybe sometimes use it over the Town Hall if there are no sweepers blowing the blimp back. So you can use that in order to get rid of a particular area like this, and then you can use a Queen Charge for really anything, but you want to make sure that you're able to create good pathing. In this case, he has to get this queen to go in for the enemy queen in that specific compartment in order to funnel out the base kind of like this for the hybrid portion, which then is going to enter into this part of the base. So you want to make sure that you're able to get to the Eagle Artillery with the hybrid, but in this case, his queen didn't go in the right direction. He would have used the king in order to funnel this side, but that didn't happen. So he had to adjust and use the king to take down this multi-inferno that could have taken down the healers. So you really want to try and consider and try to fix up any parts of the attacks that don't go to plan. Even this part of the attack where you've got the Blizzard. Now, if you're using the Blizzard on the Town Hall, be very careful where you place it. Do not place it on top of the Town Hall. That Giga Bomb is going to take down those super wizards. So you want to make sure that you're able to use the invisibility spell right after it's dropped. But notice the Tornado Trap. It gets them too close to the bomb, and it takes them down. Now, they've gotten rid of the enemy Clan Castle troops, so that's a plus, and they got rid of most of that compartment. The only issue is going to come down to is it enough value for the Queen Charge? So you want to make sure that you're able to create enough of a funnel where you can use sneaky goblins in order to make it easier for your funnel, but you also want to make sure that you're able to use that super wall breaker if you're deciding to use it in order to break open into the Inferno compartment like you see here. Unfortunately though, the queen looks for these structures over here and decides to go around it, meaning that he has to fix this attack by using the king and then popping his ability to quickly go ahead and get rid of the Inferno, since the healers cannot survive an Inferno for very long. So wants to make sure that he's able to still get through. Now what he has to do in this case is to funnel out by using the Sneaky Goblin in order to cut this off and force the queen to move in with the jump spell, since that little hole in the base here is going to make sure that the queen's sort of AI is a little bit weird. So he's going to use a jump spell in order to make sure that he's able to get this queen to jump in. Now that is just part 1 of that funnel, and that seems like a lot already. This attack hasn't really had the smoothest pathing, but now he has to really send in his hybrid, which he doesn't really have a good funnel for. But you can still have those Hog Riders power through as long as you have the heal spells and the Warden. And as long as some of your miners stay on the inside and they're glued to staying on the inside, you're going to be able to still get through a large part of the base. Where you've got the use of the heal spells ready, you've got the Warden ability for them. So you want to try and use the heal spells over splash buildings. Like you see here, the multi-inferno, the wizard towers, those are incredibly important to get rid of. But you also want to make sure that you are still getting through a larger part of the base. So you will want to use the Warden ability as you get deeper and deeper into the base. Now, one thing you may notice here is we've got the use of a healer swap. Once the queen dies, you're going to be able to have the healers move on to your miners and hogs. This really only happens just in case your queen dies in the direction of where your hybrid was going, but it can also really help a lot as long as it's not on the Warden like you see here. But outside of that, it can still be incredibly powerful and can still get you a 3-star. The Blizzard, even though this attack wasn't smooth, it was still a really good attack to show you exactly what you're doing with this. So you have options if you decide on using the Blizzard Hybrid. But let's also go over the Small Kill Squad Ice Lalo featuring the Log Launcher and the Ice Hound. Next up, in the number 2 spot, we have the Zap Ice Lalo. Now, this variation is a little bit different than typical. I know most of you guys have already known about the Blizzard method and using that with the lava loon portion, but the log launcher is just as good, maybe even better, especially since you're using a Sui hero with it. Now, you can still pair this very nicely with the lightning spells. Now, your main key objectives when you're doing any Lalo attack, including this one, are going to be looking for multiple structures. Mainly being you want to look for getting rid of the enemy CC and also the queen. Along with this, you really want to try and get rid of multiple structures. So if you're using 4 lightning and 1 earthquake, you want to try and get rid of multiple other structures with that, like the multi-inferno, air sweeper, and air defense as an example. This way, what you're able to do is carve out some pathing for your Lalo, but also for your mini kill squad with the ice golems, heroes, and the log launcher. Now, that log launcher is going to mainly go in for a particular area of the base here. You want to make sure that you're getting rid of this area because that is going to create a little bit more pathing, making it easier for your lava loon attack. So if we show how the pathing here will work, in terms of this, we're able to funnel off one particular side of the inner part of the base. That way, our lava loon portion works downward straight from this air defense right over into the town hall. So that's exactly what you really want to consider if you are using this type of attack and this specific variation. So we want to start by mainly starting your funnel for your attack. Mostly you want to try and use a Yeti, especially if there are defenses that you can funnel out or even collectors. So bringing a sneaky goblin is a great choice. So making sure that you're able to funnel is incredibly important, but also you want to make sure that you're using the ZapQuake, which is going to be using 2 lightning on one particular defense and the inferno, and then 2 on the other side in order to get rid of that along with other structures. Now you've gotten your kill squad to go into the base. You want to make sure though that you're getting good value from the log launcher, opening up walls, and allowing your Sui hero to get deeper into the base. Mainly, this is going to consist of getting things like the Eagle Artillery, maybe getting the enemy queen if she's a little bit further on the outside, or even if she's a little bit closer onto the inner part of the base, you can still use that log launcher to open up multiple compartments. And you're going to be able to use ice golems to create or to have a bit more tankage in the base outside of just having the king there to tank for the queen. Now, as you're moving through, you will be able to deal with the enemy clan castle troops like you see here, but notice how much of the base we're getting rid of with this type of Sui hero and being able to get rid of multiple pieces of value. Now we've got the lava loon portion. Now, what makes this easier than most lava loons is that you've got one hound to deal with, and that's it. You don't have to put down multiple ice hounds. The ice hound has 10,000 health, making it very, very good in terms of moving through. So you want to make sure that you're able to still easily get through. Now, I might be wrong on the ice hound health, especially for Town Hall 12, but the main thing is it's going to take a lot longer than one lava hound. Now, as you're getting through a majority of the base, try to use those haste spells to get through multiple defenses like the wizard towers, multi-infernos, air defenses if you can. But you also want to use the warden ability over the balloons in order to protect them through heavy fire, specifically the town hall, since the Giga Bomb is going to do massive damage to them as long as they do not have that Warden Eternal Tome. So make sure that you're using it in order to protect them. That really goes over exactly what you're doing with this variation, making it a little bit easier for you to plan your attacks, especially in a Lalo attack, and making it a little bit easier by using the Ice Hound. That way you don't have to worry about dropping hounds and when to time them, etc. That way it's a little bit easier for your attack to push through. Now, this is the number 2 attack. The number 1 attack, it's not going to be too surprising, but you guys will exactly see how to do it after the December 2020 update. In the number 1 spot, we have none other than the Super Witches. Yes, you heard me right. Super Witches are now the number 1 attack at Town Hall 12. Why is this? Well, Super Witches are just incredibly overpowered. I mean, just take a look at their stats. They may be slow, but they almost are untouchable. with healers. And that's why they're incredibly strong right now. Even 1 or even 2 healers can keep them alive for a long time. So you want to make sure that you're using them accordingly. You want to use the lightning spells to pair them up. You want to use 4 lightning spells and 1 earthquake to get rid of single target infernos or multi-target infernos. If you're going to be hitting multi-target infernos, try to space them. That way they're able to not just get rid of the inferno, but other structures for pathing purposes. Outside of this, you're then just going to use the wall wrecker to power through and get close to the town hall if it's possible. And even if not, you're still going to be able to power through and get a lot of good value. The best part here is that even if the super witches find themselves on the outside of the base, you will be able to use them to still get the 3-star. And that is really the perfect way of explaining the super witches right now in the current meta. So by using the super witches in this format, by using the lightning spells with them to get rid of stuff like single infernos, which is a major threat, or even multi-target infernos for pathing purposes, you're going to be able to still power through without having to use any of the regular witches. And this is the main reason to why super witches are incredibly powerful right now. Now, using the lightning spells for pathing purposes in terms of the zap witches is still very important, and even against single target infernos, you want to try and get rid of structures that will be deemed a way to force your super witches to go in the wrong direction. But like any smash attack, you just want to enter into a specific area. Like the Yeti smash and the P.E.K.K.A smash, getting to the eagle is incredibly important. The super witches really cannot handle the Eagle artillery for long, so you want to try and get rid of it as soon as you can. So like you see here, we've got the use of the super witches moving in, and despite having one of them moving away from it, we've got the use of the big boys that will provide a bunch of tankage for the super witches on the outside, where we're able to use the warn ability to protect the heroes, the wall wrecker, and the super witches as they move into the base, allowing them to get a lot of really good value. And as we're going into the core, we're going to be able to deal with the enemy clan castle troops very easily. We've got Yetis from the wall wrecker in order to provide a bit more support for these super witches. Now, unfortunately here, this is really where it kind of stops with the super witches going into the core. Now we've got the super witches going on either side, but they're sticking on the outside. The best part here though is we still have healers that are with them. We have 1 healer going in with 3 of them along with the warden, and we've got the queen going in with 2 of them along with 2 super witches. So this is the reason why this is incredibly powerful, where you're able to still get a 3-star even if your super witches go onto the outside. And you can see that we still have not 1, not 2, not 3, but we still have all 5 of them still alive. And even a enemy lava hound will not slow them down. Take a look at how quickly they whittle that health away, included with the queen. And that way you're able to keep a lot of those super witches alive. So you can still see that even though we may lose the warden, we may lose the queen, we're still going to be able to get a large amount of value. We lose the queen here, we lose the warden here, but take a look at what's still left up. Healers and the super witches. All 5 super witches are still left up standing, and they're going to be able to get the 3-star at the end of it. That just goes to show how powerful super witches are right now in the current meta. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and let me know what you guys thought about this. Was it a little bit surprising? Did this throw you off in some way, that using super witches are better than anything else right now? Let me know in the comments below, because this is definitely the meta of using super troops right now. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Make sure you guys go ahead and join my community Discord server, follow me on the social, and make sure you guys go ahead and use code CorruptYT in the Clash Champ shop to save 10% off any purchase that you make there. And hopefully you guys will enjoy the future videos I have, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Corrupt, signing out.